This video is brought to you by no one because I don't have any sponsors. I really don't want to make this video because I didn't like watching the movie, but since I don't like it, I want to make a video about it. It's a vicious cycle that never ends. I remember being pretty excited about this movie back when all the trailers and commercials were out.
It was a name that sounded so sweet, so seductive. Synonymous with worth, style, power. But that name was a curse too.
We've got Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Al Pacino. It's an all-star cast. If you look at the people underneath the starring category on Wikipedia, everyone has won an Oscar except for Adam Driver, and he's been nominated for one. I'm not really sure why Salma Hayek is there. She's only in like 5 or 6 scenes of the movie. Not trying to hate, just curious. But there's also the same thing for Jeremy Irons. He's in like 3 scenes. Not my point. My point is that everyone in an important or major role in the film is an award-winning actor. I mean, sure, Lady Gaga's Oscar is for Best Original Song, but they don't tell you that in the trailers. It took me a while to get around to actually watching the movie, and let me tell you, I did not like it. I should also say that I completely forgot what this movie was about before I watched it, besides, it being about Gucci, and I don't think that helped. But let's talk about it. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what happens in the movie. We start in Milan, 1978. We've got Gaga. I'm just going to refer to most of their characters by their actor names instead of their character names because they are grossly Italian. And I'm not about to spend the whole time saying Patrizio Rigoroni, I like Rigoroni more, or Maurizio Gucci. Get the fuck out of here with that. Anyways, there's Gaga. She's Patrizio Rigoroni. She works at her dad's trucking business. She goes out partying and meets Adam Driver. Maurizio Gucci. Okay, that's fucking enough of that. He is the member of famous family and business Gucci. She hears the name Gucci and she starts looking at him like this. After he leaves the party, she starts fucking stalking him and she accidentally bumps into him at the library where he's studying to be a lawyer. Mr. Smart Boy over there. She convinces him to take her out on a date. Fucking backwards logic there, buddy. And she gives him her number. And the idiot actually calls her. Absolute fool. They have a cute little date and the whole time they're being followed by this creep. Doing a great job staying hidden there, buddy. So young man Gucci brings Gaga home to old man Gucci and they have a nice little lunch, but things are a bit awkward, some tension. Old man Gucci is also Jeremy Irons, so chef's kiss there. Afterwards, they have a nice little chat and Papa Gooch basically says that she's a gold digger looking for that bag. Baby Gooch says that he's a crusty old bitch. I was on one when I wrote this. And he, as in Baby Gooch, wants no part of the family business. So then he just shows up at Gaga's parents and says that he called his dad a crusty old bitch and that he needs a job and that he loves his daughter. It's like a regular old Tuesday night. Baby Gooch starts working as a truck cleaner or driver. It's not exactly clear. They fuck in the office and then they get married. We are moving very quickly. We meet the other old man Gucci and he's old man Al Pacino. Oh, I just dropped my phone. Hold my phone off my desk. So Aldo Gucci, that's Pacino, his birthday is coming up. So he calls Baby Gooch and invites him to the party. And Gaga's all for it because she can smell the money from here. So they end up going. They play a bit of rugby or some type of football or whatever the fuck this is. We meet Paolo Gucci, who is just gross. Ew, look at him. And it turns out that that's Jared Leto underneath all that makeup. He's a disappointment though, his pops doesn't believe in him, and just look at him. He's got it rough living as the son of a millionaire. Baby Gooch leaves, but not before Aldo gives him plane tickets to New York and gets really close to Gaga. In the car ride back, Baby Gooch is talking shit about his family, but Gaga wants to go to New York, so she gives him roadhead. Interesting negotiation strategy. You should try it at your next job interview. Then, Gaga's watching TV and she sees this con artist on there and decides to call in. Remember this woman, she's important. Anyways, she says that there's a big fortune heading Gaga's way. I wonder what it is. And it turns out that she's also stalking Aldo. Seems to be a hobby of hers. Her and Aldo have this weird sexual tension like they're both trying to seduce each other, and I hate it. Like, he's the creepy old man perving on the younger ladies, especially his nephew's new hot wife. Nasty. But she's the young gold digger looking for some old man meat and that money. I cannot believe those words just came out of my mouth. They talk about Baby Gooch and how he needs to connect with the family and the business. So they take a trip out to the farm where they get the leather, going back to the roots. There's another party because Aldo needs 2 of them or something, with a giant fucking cake.
Look at the fucking size of them.
They have a chat about the business, and then later Gaga reveals that she's purging that. Then we jump to New York because they went, I guess. We get to see their new apartment, I assume. Nice, fancy, in Manhattan. I also just want to point out and talk about the city in these shots. Why does it look like that? What the fuck? Why is it so gray and dark? Anyways, they get a little saucy in the tub and she just fucking tosses his glasses in there. That's a little fucking rude. They go into the Gucci shop in Manhattan and we get more weird sexual tension between Gaga and Aldo. Gross. Then, later at a cocktail lounge, Aldo offers Baby Gooch a job, and he says he'll think about it, which makes Gaga a little upsetty because she wants that bag. Jared Leto then shows up at Old Man Gucci's house trying to sell his designs, but the old man doesn't bite. He basically tells him that his designs are shit and to fuck off. Jared Leto doesn't take this very well and pisses on a scarf. Classic move. Then Gaga gives birth, but we can't celebrate that because Old Man Gucci is sick. So they take a trip to Italy to see him and they make up, which is good because the old man fucking dies in the next scene. The old man leaves everything to Baby Gooch, but there's a problem. The old man didn't fill out some paperwork, so his shares of Gucci are going to be taxed. They talk about a couple of ways to get around the tax, and Gaga visits the con woman for some reason. And then it's heavily implied that Baby Gooch forged his daddy's signature. We then get to see Baby Gooch's new office in Gucci Towers, but there's some problems going on. It turns out that there's a big fake Gucci market going on and Gaga is extremely upset about this. But Aldo, and to a lesser extent Baby Gooch, don't really give a fuck about it. Baby Gooch, though, agrees that it hurts the brand, but Aldo shuts that shit down. But you can see it in her eyes. She's fucking plotting something. Then, in '83, there's a runway show, and Baby Gooch meets a designer who says no one wants to work with Gucci. Gaga starts telling Baby Gooch they need to get rid of Aldo and Jared Leto, so they come up with a plan to get close to Jared Leto in order to take out Aldo. Then, Baby Gooch and Jared Leto meet up, and it turns out that Aldo has been a very naughty boy. Turns out that Jared Leto has proof that Aldo has been committing fraud, some big-time fraud. So they come up with a plan to blackmail him into doing what they want. But Jared Leto doesn't want to hurt his dad or have something bad happen to him. But Baby Gooch reassures him that nothing will happen. It's just going to be a small fine, a slap on the wrists. But when they present this to Aldo, he doesn't bite. So Jared Leto releases the documents and Aldo gets arrested and then sentenced to a year in prison. But now that his old man is out of the way, Jared Leto is free to be the designer that he's always been. He gets a fashion show with models and everything. But everything gets ruined when some pigs show up and break up the party because they broke some copyright laws. Jared Leto realizes that there's only one motherfucker who could do this. That rat fuck Baby Gooch and his skank wife. It is a little unclear though whether or not Baby Gooch had anything to do with it or if it was all just Gaga. Doesn't really matter though. Baby Gooch meets up with Jared Leto to buy out his shares in Gucci. But Jared Leto says to never confuse chocolate with shit because they don't taste the same and he would know. Weird thing to just admit in front of a church, but I'm not one to judge. Then the cops show up to arrest Baby Gooch, but he pieces out of there on his bike and heads to Switzerland, the rat fuck. But the cops are there because it turns out that he did forge his dad's signature, and that's only just a teensy bit illegal. While Baby Gooch is on his little vacay in the mountains, he runs into an old friend out on the slopes. Now, I'm not one to bully people, but holy fuck, look at the nose on this bitch. Sorry, that's mean. Anyways, she says she knew it was him, probably because she fucking picked up his scent a couple miles away. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done, that's it. While Baby Gooch and his friends are having lunch, Gaga shows up with a kid, and she's not happy about being left behind and that he's hanging out with this fucking whore. But to be fair, Gaga joins them for lunch and she starts telling the story that may or may not be true after someone asked where she got some macaroons. Baby Gooch calls her out on it and there's a little bit of tension. So later, when they're getting ready for bed, they have a fight. You go, King. She doesn't take this well. Then we jump to Christmas and there's a little bit of tension there because someone got a gift card to the wrong store. Fucking rookie mistake. But because of this, Baby Gooch sends Gaga and the kid back to Italy. But while she's down there, Gaga meets back up with the con artist and she basically says that Gaga is great and she's the reason that her and Baby Gooch have everything that they do. Then Baby Gooch meets up with these guys about trying to buy Aldo and Jared Leto out of Gucci so then they can do whatever they want with it. This guy, however, is a little apprehensive, so Baby Gooch bribes him with some shoes. They are nice shoes. Aldo gets out of prison, and Jared Leto says that he sold his shares of Gucci, which goes over well. Baby Gooch then meets up with What's-Her-Nose and brags that his couch costs more than most people's apartments. What a way to get into her pants there, buddy. But while he is literally getting into her pants, Gaga is talking to the con artist who knows exactly what he's doing, not really sure how she knows that. However, Gaga doesn't question this for some reason. She just accepts it. Then Gaga gets divorce papers, which goes over well. Then Aldo goes to the meeting with the guys just to say no. I feel like you didn't have to come all this way just to do that, but whatever. While he's sitting there, he notices the man's shoes and he asks where he got those from because he made those shoes. Baldy instantly cracks and then goes to talk to Baby Gooch, who is literally in the next fucking room for some reason. Aldo sees this, takes it pretty well, and then signs the papers because he's so heartbroken, I guess. Then it turns out that no one wants to work with Gucci, and I wonder why. So they hire this guy from Texas who's gonna spice things up. Also, I glossed over a part where Baby Gooch is spending a bunch of money on him in the stores. That's kind of important. Remember that for later. Gaga then shows up trying to get him back, and she tries to give him a scrapbook. So Gaga meets back up with a con artist who is obviously using her. I mean, just look at that mud bath. Gaga admits that she's still stalking Baby Gooch, old habits and all that. And Pina, that's the con artist's name, suggests that maybe she stopped doing that and that she'll just cast a spell on him. But Gaga doesn't want another spell. She wants something new. So Pina, that's her, says that she's got just the thing. Then they meet up with these two guys to plan to fucking kill Baby Gooch. That is a little different than a spell. So for 600 million lire, whatever the fuck a lire is, or for $365,000 and not a penny more, these two guys are going to kill Baby Gooch. But since it's so little, the job is going to have to be rushed. But no need to focus on that because we've got a fashion show to go to. Tom Ford, that's the guy from before, has his new fashion line to show off and everyone is loving it. Anyways, the next day the news comes out and the fashion show is a big success. Everyone's loving it. They're even eating breakfast. But when Baby Gooch shows up, they start talking in some foreign tongue and there's a little bit of tension. Even though everyone is happy about the fashion show, they aren't happy about the fact that Baby Gooch has been blowing a bunch of money on shit. Millions of dollars in antiques, apartments, cars. And it turns out that Baby Gooch has been putting all of this as business expenses, which is illegal. At least in America, who knows what you can do in Italy. It turns out that they want to buy his half of Gucci for $150 million, which would place the company at $300 million, which seems like a lowball offer. Anyways, he handles it well. Then he goes out to breakfast because he didn't eat at the last breakfast. He took a bicycle, apparently. Weird. Then he goes back to the office where these boys are waiting. Then they gun him down in broad fucking daylight at his office. Real fucking pros here. They even shoot the poor doorman. What the fuck? Then Gaga goes to What's-Her-Nose's house, like, on the same day, and fucking kicks her out. And she listens for some reason. Then we jump to 2 years in the future where this motley crew is on trial for murder. A real mystery how they figured out who did it. Then we get the classic real story text to explain what really happened. They all went to prison. Gucci is now worth a couple billion, but no one from the Gucci family is involved. The end. So, why don't I like this movie? Is House of Gucci a bad movie? No. I mean, it was made by Ridley Scott and he did all of these. I think it's actually impossible for him to make a bad movie. I mean that in the technical sense, cinematography, set design, stuff like that. It's always really solid. It's also pretty solid in House of Gucci, except for the weird lighting and the outdoor shots in Manhattan. Still not over that. So what's the problem with the movie? It's the characters, obviously. They are all awful. I really hate her, and him, and him, and her. And he is still pretty bad, but less so. The best fucking character in the movie is Jeremy Irons, and he's only in like 3 scenes, and then they fucking kill him. Gaga's character is the absolute worst. She is so unlikable. But that's probably by design because, she killed her ex-husband. However, basing an entire movie around a cunt is a bold choice. Makes rooting for the characters a little difficult. And that's the problem. I don't like any of these people. I don't like watching these people do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I'm also not talking about the actors here because they all did a really good job. I literally have to remind myself that Jared Leto is in this movie. Gaga's performance is pretty good because I hate her, and Jeremy Irons is amazing, and Adam Driver is always great. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The most important thing in a movie or TV show is having likable characters. You need to enjoy watching the people on the screen. That's why you can make things about anti-heroes and why people like villains more than the heroes. It's because they're more likable, and none of these fucks are at all. Trying to finish this movie actually felt like homework, and that is the worst thing that your film or TV show can do, because most people won't finish it. They'll just stop watching. Still, to this day, I have never seen this film in one sitting. I just can't do it, which is a sign of one of 2 things. First, the movie is long as fuck. We're talking 3 or more hours, which I don't think this is. Option 2, the movie isn't that good or enjoyable, so why watch it? Do I recommend House of Gucci? I don't fucking know. It's a well-made movie, but fuck them. I hate the characters. They're all cunts. Only watch it if you don't want an enjoyable movie experience.